All right, and welcome back to video 3, where we're going to jump into Facebook Insights and break down the targeting of how we're going to essentially advertise this product so we can bring in the proper targeted people looking for this product. And I hope you're excited about this because, before when the previous modules, we chose phishing as one of the products. Here we came across a pretty cool product right off the bat and absolutely from scratch, right in front of your eyes, as I just showed you. And as you can see, this doesn't have to be a specific niche in any area. This could be in sports, this could be with dogs, this could be with fishing, this could be with clothing or electronics or anything you can imagine. You can basically create this e-commerce arbitrage as long as you find the proper product for that niche and you target it correctly. So once again, we're going to jump into Facebook Insights. I'll walk you right to it in just a moment. But I just wanted to kind of, take the temperature, so to speak, and tell you and share with you that we are in early stages of e-commerce arbitrage. We are in early stages of e-commerce, even though this isn't the first year that e-commerce exists. And even though giants like Amazon exist as well. But on this scale, where an everyday individual is able to generate passive income and even massive income, to be honest, with whether it's millions and millions of dollars, which people do all around the world, this is possible. This is doable. And as we've just seen, and we're going to see, this is a very simple process. You don't need to get overwhelmed. You just need to chunk it to small pieces. So all you need to do is focus on each individual piece. First, you would look for a product, then you would look how to target this product, then you would look how to build these pages that we covered in previous modules. Every small piece, once you get a hang of it, you'll be able to spit them out in a matter of minutes, just like we did, and you'll be able to generate massive income from anywhere from, maybe a couple $100 a month, and it's up to you, to tens and thousands, to hundreds of thousands of dollars a month, like we have done and proven and are passing on to you. So with that, let's jump on into Facebook Audience Insights. And we do that by going into the Ads Manager in your account. And if you don't have, by the way, an Ads Manager because you never ran ads on Facebook before, simply go to Facebook, go to Google and type in Facebook Ads Manager. And if you don't have one, it's going to take you to the proper page. Facebook advertising is a good start. You would come here and you would basically see a different page where you would manage your ads. You would set everything up. It's pretty simple, pretty straightforward, and you'd be you can get going in just a matter of minutes. It's very, very self-evident and very easy to do. There's no need to spend any time on it. I wouldn't even be able to show you because I would need to create a whole new account because my account is already linked to the Facebook ads account, but it's very straightforward. Simply fill it out and they walk you through the whole process with the email, your name, and so on and so forth. So inside the Ads Manager, we have something called Audience Insights. And Audience Insights is a tool that Facebook provides us with to do research, essentially, so we can become better at targeting, so we can advertise more with Facebook, so we can spend more money with them, but also so we can generate results. Because if we are not going to generate results, we're not going to come back to them, and they want us spending money with them. So they're giving us every possible tool that they think is going to help us to generate awesome results. This is certainly one of those tools. So you can start by clicking everyone on Facebook, and what ends up happening is they actually are taking me through a tour here, but what ends up happening is Facebook shows you the age and gender demographics of who is on Facebook at all, at any given time, and in general, covering pretty much everybody. But we're not looking for everybody. We are looking for specific people who are dog lovers, and even more specifically, who are pit bull lovers. So we can start with writing something pretty general, like a pit bull, and seeing what it is that we're going to be generating in terms of the age and the gender and page likes. Now, in this particular case, because there is an actual singer or performer by the name of Pitbull as well, and of course he's typically written, wrapper as one word versus two. You still want to be careful. You want to go, the first thing you do in cases like these is you want to go to page likes and make sure that these page like, the top categories for other pages are related to what it is that you're actually looking for, which is a dog. So then we can come back, rest assured that we are actually looking up information about pit bulls, the dogs, and not the wrapper. We can now explore who it is that we should be targeting, at least as per Facebook's custom audiences. Now, what we immediately see when we put in something as broad as just a pit bull, which probably attracts millions of people, and we'll test it in or check it in just a few minutes. The audience seems to be a little bit too broad, and we can actually see right here that it says 10 to 15 million monthly active people that are basically 18 and older, between men and women. That's our settings at the moment, who are interested in something as general as a pit bull. And we also see that it's split between women and men, excuse me, 67% women, 33% men. And it almost covers kind of every age group, which immediately tells me that's a little bit of a red flag, because if I'm covering essentially everybody for the most part, I am way too broad. Remember, we're looking for passionate pet owners who are in the midst of essentially having trouble walking their dog, who probably pulls on the leash all the time because it's a big dog, it's an aggressive dog, and the owners don't necessarily want to have that experience. They want to have a regular, easy walk and control of the whole situation. And those are going to be a smaller group, a very passionate group that are very much into walking their dog, taking care of them without harming them in any way. And this leash that we're trying to, this instant trainer, is obviously, that type of product. But with pit bulls, this is a little bit too broad of an audience based on the picture that we're seeing. So let's see what else we can dig up by going into page likes. Okay, so based on the interest and the age and the gender that we've put in, Facebook says that these combinations give us a top categories of Facebook pages, as well as other pages that are very relevant and have a very large or small or some kind of affinity with the group and the target that we're looking for. Now, what we can do, because we started so broad, is kind of add other items or other pages or other interests, and then take away something that's as broad as just a pit bull, and then come back to the demographics and see how that plays a role, and see if we're getting much better information in terms of the people who we're looking to show our offer to, right? Which is the instant trainer leash. Now let me pause here for 2 seconds and go back to the previous modules where, remember, we have created different pages using the WordPress theme. We have gone over the fact that the image that we were going to use was an image from Amazon. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause this video for just a few minutes. I'm not going to go through the trouble of making you watch how I do that thing again, where we already covered it in module 2 of how to set up a page. And of course, then come back to you and show you what we have done. I'll also see if I can dig up a old Facebook page, because I have so many of them in so many different niches, but that it's very likely that I already have a Pitbull page just from, a year ago or something like that. And what I'll do is I'll set up an ad and I'll walk you through the whole thing, kind of reverse engineer the whole process. And then we'll come back where we left off, which is how to essentially zoom in and go from much broader target and audience where we are right now to something more specific. So I'm going to pause this and come back what seems to be a second. So I'll be right back. All right. And as I said, that probably seemed like a second. But what I've done is create a page. Remember this page, or the way that this is set up. I've priced it at $9.99 plus shipping. I believe it's something like $4.99. So the bottom end of the day, the price is like $12.98 for the product and shipping together. So if we're buying it at $4.99, selling it at $12.98, we're making approximately $8 in profit. And I've added a few pictures so to give people an idea what exactly we're selling. Even though it says an instant trainer leash for obviously a dog, I've put a pit bull in the title twice. Actually, I've put the pit bull in the description twice as well, and I actually forgot to turn on the clock, but that's not as relevant right now. But the idea here is really simple. You want people who are going to be coming off of the Facebook ad to come to this page and feel like they're in the right place. So you want the pit bulls in the description, in the title. So again, they feel comfortable, and of course, they're much more likely to buy. So that's how we segregate and segment and kind of splinter off something like a dog product into a specific breed. Now, if this was a Labrador ad, for example, I would change everywhere you see pit bull into a Labrador. It's that simple. That, we'll duplicate this page, just change the title and description a bit, and you're good to go. So with that, we have, like I said, the picture that we've used, and you can see that's the exact same picture. We have the audience insights, and I've also created a Facebook page, and on that page I've posted, well, I didn't create the page now, I had an old page that I dug up, and I've posted this specific ad on that page. And now what we're going to do is dig into the demographics, and then I'll walk you through how that Facebook post looks like before the actual ad. Because here's the thing, you have to create this page, you have to create a Facebook page, and you have to create a Facebook post in order to be able to use the drop-down menu here to pull that post up and say that I want to run ads to that specific post. So that's why I created everything, had it ready for you so you don't have to wait. And now we're going to go back where we're kind of left off and see which pages have a high affinity, which means they're likely to, they're 6.7 times likely to like the pit bull that we've put in here, interest, based on the age and the demographics and the interest. The people who like I love my pit bull are 6.7 times likely to like the general interest of pit bull. So perfect. That's a really good interest. I love my pit bull. Come out wherever you are. I'm sure it's here somewhere. Let's see. Oops. I don't know how eBay got here, but I love my pit bull. I'm not quite sure why it's not coming up. Not every interest, by the way, are going to come up. I love my, let's try pit bull. There we go. I love pit bulls. That's close, but that's not exactly it. Let's see if we can. Sometimes the Facebook tools don't function as great as we'd love them to. So let's take away the general pit bulls and leave the I love pit bulls and go back to demographics and see, there you go. So look at this. Now, once we put in the I love pit bulls, the demographics changed dramatically, because now we're talking about only 1 million to 1.5 million monthly active people who are very much in touch, so to speak, with this particular page. And we can add other interests to this to see even more. But you can see that 91% are women, as opposed to that general graph that we saw before. So now, if we keep adding, let's go to page likes and see peace, love, and pit bulls. Okay, that's very interesting. Peace, love, and pit bulls. Is that one word or two? That's one word. Pit bulls. Oops. You know what? It's actually easier if we start an ad. Go into the so what we've done is really go into an ad, ads manager, choose boost your post, choose the page I love pit bulls, chose the post that we're going to be running traffic to, click continue, and now we're going to leave this stuff alone for now and just go over and put in I love pit bulls, because this suggestion tool is going to help us. I love pit bulls. There we go. Perfect. So now we're talking about 725 plus thousand people, a much smaller audience, which is a much more passionate and targeted group of people that we want to target. So we're right on track. And let's keep writing. I love pit bulls, right? Because remember, I love my pit bull. Here's that group. Fantastic. I love my pit bull again. Here's that group. I love pit bulls. I love pit bulls. Pit bull is family. Perfect. I mean, we're real. This is actually too. Nope. I don't know. That guy sneaked up on us. This is great. Let's see. Pit bulls org. Fantastic. My pit bull is family. Oops. I think I added the wrong one. And again, click on suggestions. I love dogs. Again, is a little too broad for us. And you could see immediately you have a 5+ million group of people. That means it's much more broader group of people. So we're not as dialed in. My pit bull is family. Great. Let's see. Pit bulls against misinformation. Yes, but we're not necessarily kind of going after the whole pit bull ban issue, because right now we're targeting people who are a lot more interested in loving their pit bulls, taking care of them, and of course being able to walk them in the best way possible. So we're not really into the whole protective pit bulls and all that stuff. Peace, love, and pit bulls is more likely what we're looking for. Pit bull chat, great. Oops, where did we go? Pit bulls and Paralise. That's a TV show. So these people must be in a very much, interested in pit bulls if they're going to be sitting and watching a show about it. So I mean, we're good. We're like at 1,800,000 people right now. But remember, we haven't touched the age and the gender yet. So this number is definitely going to get smaller as we tighten our age and gender demographics. So we have a lot of very, very cool, very tight interests, if you will, or keywords. So let's go back to Audience Insights, because for some reason this interest suggestion tool doesn't work very well. So let's see that show that we saw, Pit Bulls and Paralise, I think. Because what's going to happen is Pit Bulls and Paralise, right? Because what's going to happen, there we go. What's going to happen is we get to see the people who are interested enough in this stuff to really watch a TV show about, this particular breed. Now, this might be the greatest TV show in the world, but again, the only people who are going to be more interested in it are the people who are very interested in this particular breed. So let's go back to the demographics, and there we go. We're still predominantly in the women gender, in the female gender. So immediately, the first thing I'm going to do is go over to my ad and say this is only for women. Okay, so the 1.8 million just dropped to 1.5 million. The next thing I'm going to do is go back to the insights and look at the women's breakdown in terms of the age groups. Now, you could see that there's 37% men, which is a pretty nice chunk, but don't forget, that's out of the 8% of the men who are interested, which is comparably negligible to the 92, or statistically negligible. The 30%, 37%, even though that's a great number, it's a big number, it's a big chunk, but it only represents 37% of the 8% of the men from the total. So really, again, irrelevant. We're only going to go after women right now, and the age groups really jump at the 25 and kind of falls off right about at 54. So that's what we're going to play with. 25 to 54. Perfect. And we just dropped to right under a million at 940,000. That's great. That's fine. We are not necessarily looking for a specific number like 5 million. We are looking for a lot of smaller groups of passionate pit bull owners, lovers, people who consider them family, because that's who we're going to go after. So now we have a pretty nice tight group of keywords. We are going to go for about $10 a day. We're going to keep it at post engagement. We're going to name the ad set Pit Bulls US, which is where the location of the people who we're going to be targeting. Women 25 to 54. This is only for us, so we can remember who it is that we're targeting. We're going to go and make sure that the right column is removed. We're only going to go for the newsfeed, desktop newsfeed, and mobile newsfeed ads. And essentially, we're going to go for the Walking Your Pitbull Just Got Easier. Get it here. Link to this picture, to this post. That's exactly what the post said. And we're going to place this order and run this ad. And essentially, we're going to get some results at some point and see what it is that we can generate with this ad, right? That's it, guys. That's essentially how you use the audience insights to gain insight into the demographics that you should be targeting. Just be careful, because this is going to show you, whatever you put in here is what you're going to get out. You have to be able to read it and think, why is this ad? Remember when we had pretty much coverage of everybody? That's not necessarily a great thing. Why are we covering everybody when, obviously not everybody is into pit bulls? So if you see a little bit of a more blanket coverage of the age and the gender, you're doing something a little bit off target. So look for something more specific, like we went with the TV show, right? Maybe a specific magazine about your breed, maybe a specific popular book, an author. Something that's a little bit more specific to your niche or even your sub-niche, and then you'll be able to get a better picture or a clearer picture as to what it is that, or who it is that you should be targeting, because that's the most important part of Facebook. If you get the targeting right, you'll start getting conversions and sales, even at a twice the price compared to, for example, the eBay where we're buying this product in the first place. So with that, I'm going to start this ad, see where that it leads us. And as I mentioned, I'm also going to start an additional ad for future videos. So that's going to start accumulating data, because we need time for that as well. And I'll kind of walk you through the whole process in the first place on how to basically do that. Now, in terms of setting up a post inside your page, again, simply go to your page and, put in the post, upload a picture and write something like this. It's not complicated. It's just you're talking to the people who you're trying to offer this product to. Obviously, this product is all about walking your dog. So we went right to the kind of the heart of the matter. Walking your pit bull just got easier. Go here now. That's it. Very simple. There's not, there isn't any marketing skills here. It's just, pretty direct. That's all we're going to do. And we're going to follow this ad and see what it brings us in terms of sales and in terms of how people react, if we're going to get any shares, likes, and just general statistics as to what it's going to cost us. All right, so we'll dive into what we have in a day or two and see where that leads us, because remember, the post engagement ads take a little bit of time. They need a little bit of kind of the fire to get kind of started, and that takes a day or two or three. So we're going to keep an eye on it, and we're going to come back and dissect it once we have some data. So I'll see you in the next video.